we are going to do something known as functions of operating system. Okay, I'll just share the screen with you. When I talk about functions of operating system, these are basically three. Some small functions are also there, which we will see later. But the main functions what we are going to study is processor management, storage management, and file management. Okay, these three things we are going to study. Processor management, always again I am repeating that it will take care of the process state. Okay, process state, now you know that it talks about one particular job or one particular program. Okay, वो कौन से स्टेट पे है, हॉल्ट स्टेज पे है, एक्टिव स्टेज पे है, एंड पे है, कि वो रेडी क्यू में है, कहाँ पर है वो, दैट वी आर गोइंग टू सी. एंड आल्सो वी आर गोइंग टू सी समथिंग अबाउट माय priority, and priority is based on some scheduling techniques. Okay, so those techniques we are going to study. Storage management, we will study about different storage, continuous allocation and non-continuous allocation. All that we are going to study, and the file management. So let's study about functions of operating system. The very first function is processor management. When I talk about processor management, it gives me introduction about multi-programming first. Now multi-programming we have already studied in types of operating system, and usme we had studied ke why do we need multi-programming. Okay, so basically we needed multi-programming for increased CPU utilization. CPU utilization has to be maximum. And there is something known as higher total job throughput. Now, what do you mean by throughput? Throughput comes in filling the blanks also. Okay, throughput means the number of jobs completed. Over here, you can see that the number of jobs completed upon total time taken to complete that job. Now, what do I mean by this? Now, say for an example, I say that in 10 minutes, I can complete 5 jobs. That 5 jobs can be anything. Okay, taking care of my slides also, taking care of my speaking also, taking care of my sharing screen also. Everything I'm doing at the same time, and in 10 minutes I'm doing that. So that is basically the number of output I can give in a particular allotted time. Now, if say for an example, if I say that I have 10 papers to be printed. Okay, I have a HP printer. Okay, I have a HP printer, and I have one more printer with me. Okay, the very first printer gives me in 10 seconds, it gives me 5 pages ka output, and the next printer gives me 10 pages in 10 seconds. So obviously the job completion, the throughput of the second printer is more than the first printer. So throughput is nothing but the number of jobs completed in that particular time. In exam, you give the numbers like this. After writing this formula, you give, suppose I have completed 4 jobs in 2 minutes. Okay, so that is nothing but in 0.5 seconds, you have completed 0.5 seconds लगे हैं एक जॉब कंप्लीट करने के, 0.5 minutes लगे हैं एक जॉब कंप्लीट करने के. So that is nothing but my throughput. Okay, now there is job scheduling. In job scheduling, again you are studying about the process state only. Okay, this we have already discussed. This part in all the batches I have already discussed with in process manager जब हमने starting में किया था. Okay, now what is the difference between a program and a process? A program is a set of instructions given to the computer. Okay, and a process is program in execution. Okay, and this process state is done. There is something known as PCB, that is process control block. It comes in exam. It has come in exam hardly 1 or 2 times. It is not so important topic, okay, but it is a part of the syllabus, so we have to teach you. This you must have studied in hardware also, okay, that when a process comes into execution, okay, whenever a process comes into execution, it goes into all these stages. This you have studied in hardware, the registers, the program counter and everything, okay. Now there are certain criteria in which you follow the process management, the process manager. The first is CPU utilization. This comes in filling the blanks for 1 mark. When I say about CPU utilization, so your CPU utilization should always be maximum. Like you have studied in multi-programming, multi-programming says that your CPU utilization should be always be maximum. Now what is this turnaround time for you? This turnaround time is new thing what has come into picture. Okay, turnaround time should always be minimum. The process, when a process comes in for the execution, okay, listen to me very carefully. When any process comes for the execution, that means when the process is in the ready queue, it is not executing. It is not executing when it is still here, okay, in the ready queue. ये रेडी स्टेज पे है, अभी तक रन स्टेज पे नहीं है. सो यहाँ से लेके ये रेडी स्टेज से लेके ये एंड स्टेज तक, ओके, ये रेडी स्टेज से लेके ये एंड, बीच में ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि मेरा प्रोग्राम हॉल्ट स्टेज पे चला जाए या ब्लॉक हो जाए, या ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि वो ब्लॉक स्टेज पे नहीं जाए, कि वो हॉल्ट स्टेज पे नहीं जाए, वो डायरेक्टली रेडी क्यू में आए, रन हुआ, अच्छी तरह से रन हुआ और वो एग्जिट हो गया. ओके, सो ये भी हो सकता है, या वो ब्लॉक स्टेज पे जाके या वेटिंग स्टेज पे जाके फिर वो रनिंग करके एग्जिट कर रहा है. तो यहाँ से लेके ये रेडी से लेके ये एग्जिट तक इज नथिंग बट माय टर्न अराउंड टाइम. सो योर टर्न अराउंड टाइम शुड ऑलवेज बी मिनिमम. ओके, ऑब्वियसली अगर जितनी जल्दी मेरा प्रोग्राम एग्जीक्यूट करके बाहर आएगा उतना मेरा एफिशिएंसी पता चलता है मुझे मेरे सीपीयू. Now waiting time means when the process is here, okay, in the block stage or in the waiting stage, whenever the program is here, at that time it should be minimum. The waiting time should be minimum of any job. Okay. Response time, system should give faster response time. Now what is this response time? Response time, as the word you know, response. Okay, रेडी क्यू तक जाने का भी एक प्रोसीजर है. ऐसा नहीं कि मैं डायरेक्ट मेरा जॉब एग्जीक्यूशन के लिए आया और वो डायरेक्टली रेडी क्यू में चला गया. रेडी क्यू में भी जगह होनी चाहिए एग्जीक्यूशन की. वो भी अपना एक स्लॉट बनाता है कि मेरे पास स्कूलिंग में, ओके, स्कूलिंग भी एक अपना स्पॉट एक अपना रेंज बनाता है कि आई विल exit in the ready queue. I will keep only 5 jobs or I will keep only 10 jobs with me. और जैसे जैसे जॉब एग्जीक्यूट होते जाएंगे फ्रंट से रेयर से वो इंसर्ट करता जाएगा जॉब्स को या अपने प्रोसेस को. सो दैट शुड ऑलवेज बी फास्टर. ओके, एंड थ्रूपुट लाइक वी हैव स्टडीड जस्ट नाउ, इट शुड ऑलवेज बी मैक्सिमम. Okay, throughput should always be maximum. Just now we have studied the formula that the number of jobs completed upon time taken to complete that job. Okay. Now basically we are coming to process manager ka techniques. The scheduling techniques we are studying. Okay. We are studying about scheduling techniques. ये एग्जाम में आपको आता है ज्यादा. Turnaround time. Okay. Gandhar, I will take it in the end. Turnaround time. Just remind. Scheduling techniques में you have non-preemptive scheduling and you have preemptive scheduling. Now, in non-preemptive scheduling, you are going to study FCFS, SGN, and deadline scheduling. Okay. तीनों एक दूसरे के ऊपर नीचे है. जैसे FCFS का ड्रॉबैक जो है वो SGN का है, वो SGN का एडवांटेज बन जाएगा. और deadline schedule. Preemptive scheduling, you are going to study round robin scheduling and response ratio scheduling. Okay. So let's start with my non-preemptive scheduling. In non-preemptive scheduling, the very first you have is FCFS. Okay, without looking at the diagram, everyone just listen to me. FCFS basically stands for first come first served. I forgot to write the full form over here. Okay, FCFS stands for first come first served. Like for an example, if I am in the bus queue, okay, if I am in the bus queue, if I have come first in the queue, like I am standing first in the queue, so I will be the first one to get out, to get in the bus. Okay, the second one will be the second. Same way, in over here also, a ready queue is maintained, a queue is maintained. The process which comes for the execution, the process which comes for the execution first will be executed first. That means if I have jobs, 3 jobs assigned, suppose P1, P2, P1, P2 and P3. Okay, don't look at this example, take this example first, a very simple example. अगर इसको लगते हैं 5 seconds for the 15 seconds for the execution, P2 takes 3 seconds for the execution, means उसका जो काम है वो सिर्फ 3 seconds का है, और ये जो मेरा next job आता है उसको लगते हैं 7 seconds. Okay, so FCFS says first come first serve. The job which has come first will be served first, regardless of the time. Regardless of the time. That means उसको कितना time चाहिए उससे कुछ लेना देना नहीं है मेरे प्रोसेसर को. Okay, like job 1 requires 15 seconds, 3 seconds, 7 seconds. So P1, but the major drawback of FCFS is, now everyone is very smart over here, you must be knowing it. The major drawback of FCFS is the job which requires less amount of time, the job which requires less amount of time has to wait for a longer period of time. Am I correct? अब जैसे P1 को 15 seconds चाहिए, P2 को 3 seconds ही चाहिए, but then it has to wait for 15 seconds to complete. पहले P1 का execution complete हो, फिर P2 जाएगा execution के लिए. Okay, like suppose I am taking lecture and someone comes in between just for a sign. वो sign करने में मुझे hardly 2 seconds लगेंगे. Just a real life example, a simple example, so that everyone understands the concept. Suppose I am taking a physical lecture in the class and someone has a work only of 2 seconds with me. Okay, so what happens is कि मैंने वो 2 सेकंड में वो काम किया, वो साइन किया और वो पेपर उसको वापस दे दिया. तो एटलीस्ट जो मेरा सेकंड जॉब है, जो इंटरप्ट हुआ था, जो सेकंड जॉब है जिसको कम सेकंड्स चाहिए, वो मेरा एग्जीक्यूट हो गया. Okay, वो मेरा एग्जीक्यूट हो गया एंड देन आई कम बैक टू माय ओरिजिनल जॉब. Okay, so P1, P2 and P3 are my 3 jobs running over here. In this example also you can see the duration of first job is 24, the duration of second job is 3, the duration of third job is 4. Okay, so the job which is requiring less time, that means 3 and 4, जिसको कम time चाहिए, without any reason they have to wait for 24 seconds. जबकि P3 जॉब को तो 27 seconds रुकना पड़ेगा. देखो यहाँ पे दिया हुआ है that P3 has to wait for 27 seconds without any reason. Okay, so that is my FCFS scheduling. FCFS scheduling में turnaround time, गंदा turnaround time, the first job is best. Why the first job is best? Because the first job is in the ready queue. Okay, it has come for the execution and it got executed and it went. But P3 is waiting for 27 seconds or 27 minutes, whatever it is. So if मैं यहाँ पे seconds का example ले रही हूँ. So if यहाँ पे अगर P3 is waiting for 27 seconds, क्यों? Because वो ready queue में आया है, ठीक है? Ready queue में आया और उसको 27 seconds रुकना पड़ रहा है. Why? It has to wait कि पहले P1 एग्जीक्यूट हो, फिर मेरा P2 एग्जीक्यूट हो और फिर मेरा नंबर आएगा. सो वो रेडी क्यू में जो आया है, रेडी क्यू में एग्जीक्यूशन के लिए आया है, वहां से लेके पूरा एग्जीक्यूशन तक इट इज वेटिंग. सो दैट इज व्हाई P3 is taking the maximum turnaround time. So the turnaround time for the first job is always the best and the last job is always the worst, as we are in the FCFS scheduling technique. Okay, everyone understood this? Just give me a thumbs up if everyone has understood so that I can move to the next topic. आज रुपेश भी आया है. रुपेश, वेलकम बेटा. ओके, let's move to the next topic. My next topic in next subtopic in non-preemptive scheduling is shortest job next. Now, the major drawback of FCFS was, okay, the job which requires less time has to wait for a longer period of time. Okay, so uska drawback cover up karne ke liye I have a new concept coming in picture stating. Okay, Vidipta has a question that, ma'am, what is the advantage of FCFS? The advantage of FCFS is that आप I line में आप execute हो गए, आप execute हो गए and then you go. The job which is batch processing earlier, सबसे पहले ये सब scheduling के पहले batch processing करके कुछ concept था. तो batch processing में वैसे ही था कि जो job पहले आया वो पहले आके execute होके वो चला गया regardless of the time. So it is like first come first served. आप अपने कोई भी टिकट लाइन में भी खड़े होते हैं तो हाइट वाइज खड़े नहीं होते हैं. आपको जो पहले आया वो एग्जीक्यूट होके चला गया. ओके, सो योर नेक्स्ट इज शॉर्टेस्ट जॉब नेक्स्ट. एक मिनट और एक डाउट है बच्चों का. ओके, सो shortest job next is that the job which has less amount of time, the job which has less amount of time will be executed first. Ready queue में पहले वो job का timings देख लेते हैं. Okay, ready queue में first they see the spooling method में they see कि which job requires less amount of time and that job is scheduled first in the ready queue for the execution. Like हमने जो last example लिया था, I will move to that example only. Okay, P1 is taking 15 seconds, P2 is taking 3 and P3 is taking 7. So यहाँ पे I'll just write it down. P1 was taking 15, P2 को मैंने 3 दिया था और P3 को मैंने 7 दिया. Okay. Maybe my time will get over, so just log in again. Okay. So over here, according to SJN, first P2 will get execute in the queue. मतलब ready queue में P2 को आगे रख देंगे. फिर then P3 will be in the next slot and then P7. इसमें क्या होगा? Throughput remains the same. Throughput and throughput, now you know what it is. Okay, चाहे मैं 3 job, it is just 3 jobs. Okay, so 15 plus 18 और 7 25. So any which ways अगर मैं FCFS यूज करूंगी तो भी मेरे 25 सेकेंड्स लगने वाले हैं और अगर मैं SJN यूज करूंगी तो भी मेरे 25 seconds ही लगने वाले हैं. बस only the sequence is going to change. So this is actually FCFS में ये word use नहीं किया है, but यहाँ पे है कि CPU burst time. CPU burst time is nothing but the time taken for a process to complete its execution. Okay, जैसे यहाँ पे 3 है तो इसका P2 का CPU burst time is 3. Okay, so SJN says कि first shortest 3 seconds वाला रन होगा, फिर ये P3 रन होगा, फिर P7. Yes, Harshal, you have raised hand. Any doubt?
मैम
Mute
आई
and
डोंट अंडरस्टैंड कि
everyone can
थ्रूपुट
listen.
कैसे सेम होगा.
Sorry?
आई डिडंट अंडरस्टैंड कि थ्रूपुट कैसे सेम होगा दोनों में.
कैसे क्या चेंज होगा?
थ्रूपुट कैसे सेम होगा.
थ्रूपुट चेंज नहीं होगा, मैंने वही बोला ना, थ्रूपुट रिमेन्स द सेम. मैं FCFS
क्योंकि मैम
FCFS
ये
बोलो.
जो प्रोग्राम जल्दी खत्म हो रहा है उसके लिए तो कह रहे हैं ना कि उसी टाइम में ज्यादा प्रोग्राम्स खत्म हो रहे हैं, तो फिर थ्रूपुट तो कम होना चाहिए ना. आई मीन बढ़ना चाहिए ना.
Throughput says the number of job completed upon the time the total time taken. अब जैसे अगर मैं FCFS यूज करूंगी तो भी मेरा 25 सेकेंड्स ही रन होने 25 सेकेंड्स ही में ही मेरा कंप्लीट 3 जॉब होने वाले हैं. चाहे पहले मैं P1 को लूं या मैं P2 को लूं कि मैं P3 को लूं, मेरे को तो 25 सेकेंड्स ही लगने वाले हैं. ठीक है. और वही अगर मैं SJN मेथड भी यूज कर रही हूँ तो भी P2 पहले रन हो रहा है, फिर P3 हो रहा है, पर P7 हो रहा है, बट टोटल जॉब्स तो मेरे 25 सेकेंड्स में ही कंप्लीट हो रहे हैं ना तीनों. क्योंकि SJN में इसका टाइम लिमिट कम नहीं हो रहा है. इसका द टाइम लिमिट, द CPU burst time of that particular job is same.
समझा.
हाँ, तो वैसा है. ओके, एंड दैट इज माय SJN. और अगर इफ बाय चांस 2 जॉब्स हैव द सेम टाइम, दैट मींस इसको भी सपोज ये P1 is having 3 seconds और इसको भी 3 seconds, so then it goes with FC. यहाँ पे मेरा एक मिस्टेक हो गया, यहाँ पे FCFS आएगा. ओके, so if 2 jobs have same CPU burst time, then FCF is used. So they have just used, and I have just put up an example कि अगर मेरे पास यहाँ पे 5 जॉब्स हैं तो पहले अकॉर्डिंग टू द CPU burst time पहले मेरा P4 रन होगा. ओके, फिर मेरा P1 रन होगा, फिर देन मेरा P3 रन होगा, फिर मेरा P0 रन होगा और फिर मेरा P2 रन होगा. ओके, यहाँ पे थोड़ा बड़ा एग्जाम्पल लिया है मैंने, 5 प्रोग्राम्स का लिया है और यहाँ पे मैंने टोटल जस्ट एक स्मॉल एग्जाम्पल लिया था 3 का. ओके, सो नेक्स्ट इज डेडलाइन scheduling. In deadline scheduling, you have deadline overrun, which we have already studied. Okay, deadline of a job is a time within. If you remember, we had done real time operating system. उसमें क्या था कि extra time अगर लगता है तो हम उसको दे देते थे. So suppose if a job requires, suppose C is the, if a job requires suppose 10 seconds to run its execution, और deadline suppose मैंने दिया है 3 seconds का. Okay, D is my 3 seconds. So K is equal to C minus D. That means completion time उसने extra time, उसको जितना time चाहिए वो, और ये 3. Okay, deadline मैंने 3 दिया था. So K is my deadline overrun. So deadline overrun is 7. So that's my deadline schedule. Generally, it is not asked in exam. Okay, so that's deadline schedule. Now, when I talk about this thing, okay, when I'm talking about FCFS and SJN or deadline scheduling, in exam, if they're asking you, SJN, okay, only SJN for 2 marks or say for 3 marks. 2 marks के लिए generally नहीं आता है, for 3 marks आता है. So remember one thing. First, you are going to tell them the FCFS drawback. That FCFS का drawback क्या है, and then you are going to start with SJN answer. You are just not going to start what is SJN. To like you're a PA student, you should elaborate and explain the answers properly. Each and every answer should be explained that why SJN is there. Like I am explaining you right now why SJN is there, because FCFS has an disadvantage. So just in a line, first you write down what is the disadvantage of FCFS, and then you start with your answer SJN. Again, just writing the concept will not give you marks. I have seen this I've started checking your assignments also. In your assignments also, what I'm seeing is that you are not writing that. Thanks for reminding. Okay, so this is the job 1, this is job 2, job 3. So job 1 5 seconds, job 3 takes. So suppose मैंने यहाँ पे एक time slice लिया है. I say time slice I take as 3 seconds. Okay, मैंने एक time slice time quantum लिया है 3 seconds. So if job 1 requires 5 seconds over here, so 5 seconds तो उसको नहीं मिलेंगे. It will run for 3 seconds and wait in the queue for its turn to come in the next round. Okay, then job 2 requires 3 seconds. It will execute and it will move out of the queue after its execution. After its execution, it will move out. Okay, then job 3 requires 6 seconds. It will execute for 3 seconds and remaining 3 seconds it will be in the queue. Then job 4 requires 2 seconds, but 3 seconds are given. It will execute and it will come out of the queue. और इसको अभी 1 सेकेंड चाहिए. ठीक है, इसको 1 सेकेंड चाहिए. मतलब अब नाउ अगेन मेरे क्यू में कौन कौन है? J1 है, J3 है और J5 है. तो जॉब 1 विल गेट एग्जीक्यूट, रिमेनिंग 2 सेकेंड्स हो गया उसका, इट विल मूव आउट ऑफ द क्यू. इसका हो गया, इट विल मूव आउट ऑफ द क्यू. इसका हो गया, इट विल मूव आउट ऑफ द क्यू. रेडी क्यू. So in ready queue, each and every job is given equal opportunity to complete its execution. If it completes its execution in that particular time, okay, it's fine. But if it does not contain, it waits in the end of the queue to complete its execution. Time sharing अगर आएगा तो आप vertical या horizontal वाला example देंगे. जब राउंड रॉबिन स्केड्यूलिंग आएगा एग्जाम में, आरआर स्केड्यूलिंग आएगा, तो उसमें आप ऐसा एक सर्कल वाला देंगे. जैसे ये जो मतलब ये क्यू, ऐसा सर्कुलर एग्जांपल देंगे हम, बिकॉज इट मेंटेन्स लाइक अ सर्कुलर क्यू. ओके, एंड दिस डायग्राम यू नीड नॉट ड्रॉ इट इन द एग्जाम. ये बस क्यू में दिया है, मतलब मैंने बस बताया है आपको एक थोड़ा और एक्सप्लेनेशन के लिए कि ये मेरा रेडी क्यू है. ओके, ये मेरा एग्जीक्यूशन के लिए आया, कंप्लीट हुआ तो ठीक है, नहीं तो वो वेटिंग में जाए. ओके, सो दैट्स माय राउंड रॉबिन शेड्यूलिंग. इट इज सेम एज टाइम शेयरिंग, सो आई एम नॉट टेकिंग मच टाइम टू एक्सप्लेन इट. ओके, नेक्स्ट इज योर प्रीएम्प्टिव शेड्यूलिंग, दैट इज रिस्पांस. नेक्स्ट प्रीएम्प्टिव शेड्यूलिंग इज रिस्पांस रेशियो शेड्यूलिंग. This doesn't come in exam, so I have just written the formula over here, that elapsed time upon execution time required. ये अभी तक एग्जाम में नहीं आया है एक भी बार, रिस्पांस रेशियो. बट स्टूडेंट्स गेट कंफ्यूज कि अगर आरआर पूछा है, कि एग्जाम में कभी कभी आता है कि डायरेक्ट के एक्सप्लेन आरआर शेड्यूलिंग, दे डोंट राइट राउंड रॉबिन है कि रिस्पांस रेशियो है. बट आरआर शेड्यूलिंग मीन्स राउंड रॉबिन शेड्यूलिंग. ओके, इट डज नॉट मीन रिस्पांस रेशियो. दैट शॉर्टकट is given to RR scheduling only. Okay,